How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about what your best self is. If you are someone that's struggling, if you feel like you're not living the life that you're meant to live, or feeling the positive love energy that you are meant to have flowing through you, this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about how to become that version and experience the growth that you are here to experience. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. All right, well, we're going to do another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you were surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So for this episode, I really had to charge myself up. What the message is going to be here, I think, is probably one of the most important messages. And I feel like it's the vibe that I'm on, the vibration that you're on, really just this journey growth that we are on together. So if you've been paying attention to the world, what's going on, it's definitely stressful. There's hurt, there's pain, there's depression, there's anxiety, there's people that are lost, there's people that you know that are struggling, there's people that you don't know. Like, the world is in this shaken place. And it may feel like you're not in a position to do anything. You think about your life, your influence, it's like, how do I make a change? Well, when you think about that question as, how do I, you're limiting the value of our energy. See, I believe that this could be the beginning of the future. Tomorrow isn't set in stone in how it's going to be. The leaders, the people of influence, the decision makers, the people that are really in power today may not be tomorrow. In fact, years down the line, the future is growing up right now. What if you became the best version of you? And by best, I mean the most loving, the most abundant, the most supportive, the most forgiving, the most giving, the most healthy. Imagine if you did that. Imagine if every single person came to this earth, all of a sudden, made their internal state their priority. We're going to close our eyes and do another deep breath, because I feel like there's power in this. And when we breathe this energy in, we can move forward in it. We can make a commitment to be the best version of ourselves and give that to the world. It wouldn't matter what society it was. It wouldn't matter if it's capitalism, socialism, like all these things that people use to run the world. It wouldn't matter. Because if the people that were truly influencing, truly leading, were leading from love energy, from giving their true best selves, truly caring about those around them, everything would be uplifting. Everybody would be supportive. That doesn't mean that people won't make mistakes, that people won't hurt each other. Like, those will still exist because we have freedom of choice. We have the ability to not be a certain energy. But if the group the majority start making this shift, the world would be something we can't even imagine. That would truly create heaven on earth. If everybody woke up ready to serve their neighbor, and you serve them by not being necessarily a servant to them, but by being abundant in you and then giving infinite love to the world. But you can't give it if you're not full of it. If you're not full of that love, of that forgiveness, you might try for a little while, but that's when we burn out. That's when we have to say, okay, I have to cut people off because we're not in our most abundant energy. So what I figured we could do is we'll take another deep breath in, and as we breathe in, really just imagine yourself achieving the pinnacle of your life, whatever that is. Becoming the most famous athlete, becoming the top CEO, creating a business, being a member of a household, like whatever it is that's your vision. Envision yourself doing that, but the most healthy version, the most forgiving version, the most loving version, this version that can just stand in the breeze and just feel amazing because you're so full of love and light. I really want you to have that image in your mind, because what we see, we can create. And there's no different in seeing something in the real world and visualizing in your mind. We have to do actions to create that reality, but we should start envisioning and putting group consciousness to these enlightened versions of ourselves, to these loving versions of ourselves. So take a moment, start slowing down. Maybe you can close your eyes, allow yourself to get comfortable, and think about the most successful version of you. And you can think physical success, job, status, whatever. Just think about this version that's crushing it that you can. And then imagine that version full of love. You might even see it as a bright color just radiating from your heart, full of forgiveness. No attachment to any of the material, existing in it, loving it, having appreciation for it, but not being tied to it, not being enslaved to it, being truly a free energy that's loving everything. Start building that vision in your head. And when we take a deep breath in, when you breathe in, really just breathe in the aura of that vision. Fill it with your soul. Feel it start to give your cells in your body the direction, the motivation, the inspiration to start doing the works to make that a reality. And then as you're holding your breath, hold that image. Smile at that image. Know that that version of you loves you and is ready to support you to get there. You see, the most powerful love is created where it doesn't exist. All the trials, all the pain, all the hurt, all the anxiety, everything that you're going through right now is to allow you to create, because you're a creator, this version of you. It's all for you. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. There is only one true mission. There is only one true purpose. It's healing you. It's raising your frequency and giving that to the world. You see, when you build yourself up, you start to have the energy within you. You start to feel good. But when you give it, that's when you become abundant. You see, when you know how to create it within you, and then you learn how to give it, you create a stream of it. You start flowing in that frequency. You can almost imagine it in your mind. Imagine a version of you just floating in the highest frequency energy. It can have a certain color, whatever color it means to you. Maybe it's a light purple. Maybe it's a bright green. Maybe it's a high yellow, whatever it is. And you see it just flowing in this frequency. And then your energy, your body, your spirit, your frequency floating in that, giving it as it just flows through you continually. Giving you the energy to be the best version of yourself, giving you the energy to forgive yourself, giving your energy to forgive others. We're still in this material experience. There's going to be consequences. There's going to be difficulty. There's going to be opportunities to grow that internal state. That's the gift here. That's our mission, and we have to do it together. It's not about you doing it. It's not about me doing it. It's about all of us doing it. Imagine experiencing life abundantly, Maybe that means travel. Maybe that means fancy cars. Maybe that just means a nice house in a nice neighborhood. Whatever it means to you. And then being the ray of light, the sunshine that's needed in that area. That's your mission, to be right within and then allow your journey to happen, to give you these opportunities for growth. That's the mission. That's what you're meant to be. And that's how you become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a vision, some motivation, and purpose on creating the higher version of you. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And you can also join the Positive Mindset Facebook community. If you're listening to this before Thursday, the 23rd, we have a really cool event with special guest Dr. Shannon South. She's a renowned therapist. She's been doing this for many years. I've personally worked with her. She's helped me with a lot of what I do today. And so I'm excited for this free class that she's putting on. You just have to join the Facebook group. You can see the link in there, or you can join my email list and I'll send the link there as well. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.